Hello, everyone, and welcome to Vibinestategems. I am Lola G, and I appreciate you being here. I'm going to remove these. I was just singing a minute ago, so oopsie. So this video is a little bit different. I'm just going to be talking about why you don't want to get into jewelry. Yeah, it's heartbreaking, really. And not so much for me because I'm established, but for people who, and I keep saying this and I hear this on Whatnot all the time, I just went and spent my retirement money some, or I went and spent my refund check or whatever on a bunch of jewelry and vintage stuff and was going to sell it on Whatnot, make a ton of money, and now I can't even get three people in there. Whatnot is very oversaturated with jewelry sellers, okay? It is worse than eBay. I've been established on eBay for a long time. I made money on Whatnot. I had fun. I met some great folks, but for me, eBay has just been the place for me to be. I just met somebody today that bought one of my grandma jewelry lots full of vintage and gold filled and sterling. And man, is she going to be getting an amazing bunch of stuff. I'm actually paring my studio down because I just had so much. There was no room for it. And I thought, okay, this is too much, right? And everybody has their lane, right? A specialty. I don't do a lot of vintage. I mean, I say that, but then I do have a lot of vintage that I sell. But it's not really something that brings me joy the way sterling does. And I think what I've found about pickers and people that resell jewelry is we love it. We love our jewelry. Um, I'm a white metal girl. You won't change my mind. I do mix and match, like my David Yurman's gold and silver, and I have some Alwan Vahan that is gold and silver. If you know, you know, and you're a white metal person, you know who I'm talking about. You know who these people are. Um, I like white metal. I like sterling. I like 18 karat gold. I like white gold, platinum. I only have one piece of platinum in my whole. It's a ring, and it's from Belay, and I will never sell it, and it's a forever piece until I'm dead. I'm being morbid, but it's true. But this isn't about what Alora's gonna do. It's Lola's gonna do. It's really about you not going out and breaking the bank with jewelry. Okay, a friend of mine recently made a ton of money. Like I think at the end of the day, right now I think she's made $625 so far off of vintage sterling, a bracelet, a gold tone bracelet, a couple of grandma lots, and a gold bracelet. And there was money to be made there, and that was really great. And she entrusted me with it, and I listed all the items and kept her stuff away from mine, so I could keep them separated. And now she has other things that are out there. There's still one gold necklace that's out there for her, so I'm hoping that will sell. Um, so gold sells really well, especially scrap. So if you're sitting on a lot of scrap gold, now's the time. Now's the time. A couple of things about that. Don't undersell. Don't ever undersell. Put it on auction. Start it at $50, $25, but don't leave it at that. Put a reserve on it for what you're willing to take. Don't take it to a scrap gold person. Don't do it. You're making a mistake. Once you've sold the gold, though, you always want to pay for signature. It will save your life, okay? And what I mean is when you go in to purchase your label for your gold or whatever you're shipping out, there's a little box that says extra insurance. You want to purchase that, and then you want to purchase the signature. This is going to come right to the person. They have to sign for it. So they can't go, oh, gosh, it was stolen off the porch. Oh, no, I didn't get my item. And then I'll be like, well, it says it was delivered. I just paid these $100 for gold. I've heard the nightmare stories. Don't do it. They have to sign on the bottom line. They have to sign. Then there's no keeping them separated there. You just sign for your item. You're the only one that signs for it. I have had people get aggravated at me, but I put in my listings, you will sign for this because I'm not selling you something. And now what I do, anything over $50, sometimes 40, depending on what it is, they have to sign for it. They have to sign for it. There are just too many people out here trying to steal. I had a guy that was an eBayer, a fellow eBayer, try to scam me out of gold. Okay, now lean in on this one. If you're going to sell gold, and never do this. And I didn't do it, so thank goodness, because it's not my first rodeo. Apparently, he thought it was. I've been selling on eBay since 98. Like, where have you been, dude? So this person started another eBay handle, and they were like J14852, something just random like that. Bought the gold for the purchase price that I asked, okay? Then turned around and said, "Oh, my dad's sick. Send this to this address here." No, no, no. eBay immediately flagged it. AI is constantly looking through the chats. If people threaten you, if people ask you weird, jaggedy things, know this. eBay knows all of that chat. You can't threaten people, they can't threaten you. Bad news bears, right? So immediately no. Immediately no. So eBay sent me an email. Hey, this is fraud. Something's fishy here. Don't send this out. Don't communicate with this person. La la la. But I did go ahead and communicate with them. I said, unfortunately, eBay has flagged this for fraud. I am not sending this out to the address. Hold on. eBay, you have to send this to the address that's connected to the account. Period. Like, there's no getting around that. Don't do it. It's a trap. I don't care if it's a little old lady from Pasadena and she's like, "Oh, my grandson, this is for him. Send it to California." Don't do it. Okay? Don't do it. Say, "I'm sorry. It's eBay's policy. These are the rules. You can pull them out. They're all listed. Show them to them." I have had people do that innocently, or they've moved, and I'm like, "Oh, no, no, no. We're not sending this out until you go into your account and you fix that address. I will wait for you. Go fix your address." And then I've done that. But this guy was trying to scam me, J15372, whatever. And I told him that, no, this has been flagged for fraud. I am canceling the order. I'm not sending this to another address. Not happening. Not happening. Now, he's an eBay. Now, keep that in mind. This is someone who is selling. His name is Barack Mitchell. The next thing I know, same string, right? The same string of information. This J1372 all of a sudden became Barack Mitchell. B-R-O-C Mitchell. Okay? And he's on, you can go look him up. He's on eBay. He tried to scam me out of about $750 worth of gold. Yeah. He tried to get me to send it to some other address. You know what he would have done? You know what the scam is? Then outside of eBay can't track that. It looks like I haven't sent it. Then scumbag Brock Mitchell goes, "I didn't get my item. You didn't send it." I'm like, "Oh, but I did send it. You know, you told me to send it to this address, and I did, and it got there, and I did signature." "Oh, I didn't sign for it. That's not me. I don't know what you did. Give me my money back." What do you think eBay's going to do? They're going to give that jerk back his money, okay? So this was a big mess for me. That idiot did that to me, knowing full well he was a reseller. I'm going to tell you, I have reported him so many times. They did nothing. They knew it was the same string. They looked at it. I don't know how many people looked at it. He tried to leave me bad feedback. He was like, "Oh, she canceled my item and da da da." And I just went and called them and I was like, "Hey, delete that. He's a scammer." And they did. And I reported him like 3 times. There are unsavory characters out there on eBay that are selling, that are just bad people. That's a bad human. For me, I'm vindictive. I am vindictive. And I tell you, I wanted to go and be like, okay, I would never take advantage of another reseller like that. And I could tell you what I did recently. I had a friend of mine on Whatnot send me about $1,000 worth of gold by accident. 10 karat gold. And didn't know who she sent it to. And I looked through the things. I got a bunch of packages from her. I buy from her all the time. And I looked through all the stuff. And then we went on vacation. Like literally, I just kind of touched through. And I'm like, okay, go. And we were packed and ready to leave when I got the boxes. But I was excited. And I didn't know. So when she texted me, I think we were in New York. I was like, girl, I'm not even home. I won't know until the end of the week. So I got home and I immediately, like, I put my stuff in, and I was concerned. She was my, acquaintance, my friend, fellow reseller, and good person. And I was like, what, wonder, I don't remember anything like that. And it was a 10 karat gold T fob that you'd put a watch on, a vintage watch, and it was solid. I mean, solid. Like 30 grams of gold, okay? And so I go looking through all this stuff, I'm picking, and I put unboxings on YouTube. And I said, hey, I said to her, go watch the video and see if you see it in there, because I don't remember. I watched the video. No, I didn't see anything like that. But I had taken some of the packages and stuck them up. I've got some shelves and stuck them up on the shelves. I don't know why. I was trying to get it out of the way, I guess. And I was like, well, I think I moved some of that. Just took some of the bags and just stuck them. So I pulled a couple bags out and I looked. No, it wasn't there. And then there was this bag of just like gold stuff. And I looked through and bonk, because gold is heavy. It falls out. And there it is. So I'm like, oh. And I look at it and I get my loop out and I'm looping it. I'm looking. And sure enough, it was that. And I sent her a message. I said, are you sitting down? And I sent it back to her, because that's the right thing to do. I know how that feels. I tried to have this Barack Mitchell try to scam me out of gold. Then get mad about it when, okay, if you're a reseller, buddy, you know you are not supposed to be asking other resellers to send it to an alternative address unless it's the one linked to the account. Nah, bro, you misstep. You're a clown. You're disrespectful. You're a disgusting human. And I hope you have the day you deserve. Ew. I mean, really? Anyway, okay, I popped off. I'm sorry. Let's rein it back in. Rein it back in. So we're going to rein it back in. So, can you make money selling jewelry? Yes. Probably not on Whatnot, though. You got to have a big following. People want something for nothing. I'm not going to lie. I get on there to buy lots and get stuff that I can resell and pick through. And yeah, I want a deal. A lot of times there's not a deal. I've seen things on there. I was like, I wouldn't even sell that on Etsy for that price. Like, you're really stretching it. What did I see on there the other day? I can't remember what it was, but it was, it was Taxico. It was like a Taxico pin, and it wasn't, now one of the old ones will $65, $75, $450. And it wasn't even that much gram weight of sterling for the brooch. I'm like, nah. I had like one of the first ones out of the Taxico, Margaret Taxico. If you like to study jewelry, go study that. It's so cool. Out of her workshop. And I didn't even charge that much for that piece. And this piece was not worth that. It wasn't one of the new ones. It was just vintage. I was like, clearly. And you'll get hoarders on there too. Hoarders don't like to let go of their stuff. They would rather keep it, and then they overprice. So you always want to do your due diligence with pricing, because I guarantee it's very rare out here that there's something that we'll get that nobody has. Nobody has. I have something right now in my possession that nobody's going to have. It's from India. Nobody's going to have it. It's something that's been handmade out of India. It's all sterling. It was stuff. It's a whole demi-parer of sterling jewelry that you would use in like an Indian wedding, which is really, really cool. And I got the whole kit and caboodle, and I didn't pay a lot of money for it. And I was super excited because I get that little tingly feeling. But as far as making money, if you're not established, it's going to be hard. It's going to be really hard. Don't go out and make the mistakes that I've heard people in the Facebook groups for Whatnot. I just went and spent part of my retirement and bought a bunch of jewelry and got on Whatnot and sat there and only had 2 people. And I'm frustrated. And I've had 6 shows and only sold $40. I'm having to give this crap away, And don't do that, A great place to start if you're wanting to get into reselling jewelry, and there is money in it. There is, with sterling and just everything, really. I mean, I never know what's going to sell. I really don't. I know gold will always sell, but people want to get it for cheap. And I'm like this. If you're cheap, go be cheap. Go get you some plated stuff. Go on with your bad self. Don't try to undercut people. You can get better deals for gold on eBay. You absolutely can. If you go into Zales or you go into K Jeweler, oh, he went to Jared. If you do that, you're gonna pay 60% markup on 14 karat, 10 karat gold. Whereas if you get it off of eBay, you're not gonna have the markup. It's gonna just be a wholesale value really. But don't go and spend your retirement on jewelry and thinking you're going to start this business unless you're really starting like a designer business and you've been doing it or something. Don't go and borrow money or get a loan to do it because you have this dream. I mean, far be it from me to tell you not to have a dream. I have a dream. Far be it from me to tell you not to. Maybe you've known vintage jewelry and you get it and you want to try. Everyone should try. But you have to go into it with realistic goals and realistic ideas that it could fail. And if you set yourself up knowing those two things alone, you won't be miserable. And not spending your retirement or your refund money, your tax money, whatever on it, then you'll be okay. I always tell people start small and slow. Go through your own jewelry hoard. What have I got here that okay, well here's these old Coro earrings my grandma Nanny wore, and I'll never wear those. They're button earrings. No, put those in the pile, and look at, I'm a gold person. I don't wear any sterling. I'm getting rid of all my sterling. Or maybe you've got, a pinky ring from when you were a baby and you're like, I will never wear this and my kids are grown, go through there and start with yourself. Then let your family and friends know, hey, I'm starting a jewelry business. If you have any vintage jewelry that you're willing to donate to help me with my business, you've got sisters, you've got church friends, you've got work friends. I'd really appreciate it. Even if it's just paparazzi jewelry, I'd appreciate it. You can always lot them up. People love surprise lots. I have a lovely lady that I want to say happy birthday to. She actually bought one of my apothecary jars that is full of beautiful curated jewelry, curated by me. That one was Boho Dreams. It's stunning. It had rose quartz in it. It's got sterling in it. All those pieces are newer. They're not paparazzi jewelry. It's all beautiful, cool rhinestones and gems and real rose quartz and just beautiful things. Name brand and vintage, and so there's all kinds of delicious things in there, and I can't wait till she gets it because she's super excited. I've got another one called Golden Diva Dreams. It's really pretty. A lot of vintage gold pieces in there, and a lot of really cool metal pieces inside of a gorgeous apothecary jar. That I would be keeping both of those jars, but I'm like, where am I going to put those? I don't even know. My house is, I've got, look at this. Look at this here. I have too much crap. I've got too many things. I want all this to go. Ain't nobody got time for no crystal anymore. Although I can make those. They're from Princess House. I can make them sing with water. You just wet your finger and it goes, ee. It's really fun. Anyway, and this is like, depression glass, all this stuff, and crown and whatever. Come on now. And I got like 3 sets of china. Ain't nobody got time for no china anymore. Now kids take it and break it up, make jewelry out of it, do all kind of things. We do use it at holidays, like I'll serve it on the china or whatever. But if you were to ask me, Lola, can I make money with jewelry? I would say, be careful. Be careful. Far be it from me to tell you not to have a dream. Everyone should have one. If you know a lot about vintage, or you've inherited, maybe grandma and auntie and Meemaw gave you a bunch of jewelry and went, here. Well, yeah. And you're like, what am I going to flop and do with this? Well, sure, sell it because that makes sense, right? Yeah, get rid of it because if you're not going to wear it, it's just going to hang around. Well, don't do that. Don't be a hoarder. Hoarders hoard. Don't be a hoarder. So don't do that. Don't do that. But you can sell it, definitely. I would start with eBay, Etsy. To me is I tried my hand with Etsy with other things like porcelain and stuff like that. Yeah, it just I've always been an eBay person and I like to collect off of eBay, all of that. So I was like, yeah, this is my place. So let's say this. Let's say you've been selling on eBay for a while and you want to make it easier for yourself. And then the thing I would say would be to always get you a printer off of Amazon. It doesn't have to be a name brand. Get you one of the little printers that's got the little stickers that goes through. It's so easy. They're like $60 with the stickers. It goes on your phone. You can manipulate it from your phone. Your sticker comes out. Your label comes out. You stick it on there, and you don't have to sweat it. Okay. What I was doing was taking and printing out my label on sticker paper and then cutting it out. Oh no, don't do it. It's a trap. But when you're trying to do it on the cheap and on the hurry, I was like, okay. And then those things used to be really expensive. They got affordable, and I bought one, and I have loved it. I have loved it. I can just print that label out, print that out, pop it in there. It's the right size. Boom. I don't even have to worry about it. No cutting involved. No taking your time, wasting paper. So get one of those for sure. But if you were to ask me today, Lola, can I make money with jewelry? I would probably tell you no. The market is so oversaturated, and people are commanding prices when it is a buyer's market, not a seller's market. I'm the seller. It's a buyer's market. There is so, except for gold and some sterling lots, it is so saturated. So what's hot and what's not? Paparazzi jewelry, nobody got time for that. That's not hot. What's hot is always going to be listener, Coro. People just want that vintage. They want it. They eat it up with a spoon. Um, Obey is another one that people really like. Miriam Haskell is another one. I found some pieces just recently that I listed that are stunning, that are vintage things. That one's a brooch that's Victorian. It is a Victorian brooch. I'm not even kidding. And I there's that little part of this porcelain, and there's a little part of me that's like, oh, I need this in my life, because it has silver around it and has the little lady that's a transfer on the porcelain, and she's a Victorian lady, and then it is Victorian with the C clasp. And it's so fun researching jewelry, and if you're a historian, you just love it. It's just super fun. And there is a fun aspect to it. It's a lot of work, though. If you think you're just going to throw something out there, like, I'm going to throw this bracelet out and ask $300 for it, not unless it's James Avery. But good luck with that. Or, not James Avery. Not unless it's, what's his name? Darn it. Quan. Or Lois Hill can command that sometimes. David Yerman, no. He's still in them. Like, he'll pull some heavy dollars. But I've got this little cross, sweet little cross bracelet I'm going to be listing with the little dangly cross on it. Oh my God, it's so cute. So I'll be listing that. It's like a 6-inch wrist. It doesn't fit in the ear. I'd be keeping it because I love crosses stuff. But look at these cool purses that I got. Aren't they neat? I'm like, what is this all about? I don't understand. Do y'all understand this? Like, what would a lady? It's not a coin purse, because it's not industrial enough for that. You'd ruin it. See the little. But I like to feel it. That's the autism. Everyone has a touch of the autism, and I definitely do. Look at this one. And the sound, oh, it's so good. And then now this one is you put your lipstick in there and your tissue and a little bit of pocket money, and you just go out and, Margaret, let's go to dinner. Oh, here we go. That was a lot. But those things command money too. People love old vintage bags and whatever. Zennials and millennials all eat that stuff up with the biscuit. They got the biscuit. They're sopping it up. They like that vintage stuff. They loves it. So yeah, if you've got Obey, if you've got Coro, if you've got Listener, if you've got Eisenberg Ice, if you've got that stuff. Yeah, Sarah Coventry, particularly those demi Pereiras and the Pereiras that were the ones that you would get when you hosted a party, the hostess gifts. Those are hard to find. A lot of times you'll get them, they're in awful condition. Those go really well. I have one that I'm really surprised hasn't sold, because I sold a bracelet in that same set by itself and commanded like $50-$60 for it. Now I have the demi Pereira with the brooch pendant, the clip earrings, and the bracelet. It's missing a couple of stones for like $80. And I'm like, why hasn't that sold? Because I've seen that bracelet command that price. So, it's just tit for tat. And then, what was it? Oh, I had this new, it was brand new. It was in plastic, and it was like Sigma Alpha Sigma. necklace. I threw that out there for $25. I never thought that thing would sell. I was like, dang it, this is going to be out here. A lot of my new stuff, like from Guess and from Anne Klein, whatever, DKNY, it won't sell no matter what I do. And that thing, boom, sold the next day. I was like, what? I need 50 more of these. But it sold, you know. Sometimes niche things like that will sell. And it's hard to know what's niche. It really is. Everybody's selling. Lately, on at least in my Facebook marketplace, I don't even try to buy anything from there. I don't. Although I did acquire this for my own collection. This. This is a QVC piece from the 90s. I remembered it. I wanted this so bad in the 90s. And I had a bunch of chilling. And I couldn't get it. But you know what? I got it now. And it is diamondique, essentially. But it's peridot and topaz. Well, blue topaz. And citrine and amethyst. But look at that. It's so pretty. And I needed another ring. Y'all. I needed another ring. Like I needed a hole in the head. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? I didn't need another ring. Look here. Look, she's giving beautifus. It's beautifus. It's beautiful. Look at that. She's all swirly and pretty. I like the pretties. I'm like a crow. I was talking to this lady that bought my big 20-pound lot of fabulousness that I just sold to her. And I'm like, she's like, we're all like crows. She didn't use the word crow. It was another bird. Mom, like, I know, right? It's shiny. I likes it. That's what I love. I'll just decorate myself in it. With my rings, I would have a ring on every finger. But one day I did that, and I was going to go out to church, and my husband looked at me, and he went, that's kind of a lot of rings, isn't it? And I looked down, and I went, yeah. And I took some of them off. Yeah, because I don't think that I don't think they could handle all that. Cause, you know, I had a ring on every finger, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. So anyway, if you make money with jewelry right now. 14 karat gold, vintage is still fire. Brooches are starting to slow down. I am seeing a trend in the market now that people are like, ain't nobody got time for no brooch. It's starting to slow down unless it's Givenchy or Dior or Chanel or something high end, or some unusual shape, or it's sterling or something like that. It's starting to slow down. Charm bracelets, whether they're sterling or gold tone or brass, those are still fire. People want the charm bracelets. They love them. They want them. They lust after them. Juicy Couture. Juicy will sell. The charm bracelets in particular will sell. Not everything though. Joan Rivers. If you can ever get your hands on that ladybug bracelet from Joan Rivers or the eggs, listen, don't sleep on that. That's good. Those will go for over $100 every time. But don't pay $60 for it and then flip it. That's silly. Oh, it's a $40 profit. It depends on what you want to do. I like to buy low and sell high. That's always fun. But don't we all? So, yeah. But just, be aware. Don't go and putting, yourself in financial peril trying to start a jewelry business. Right now is not the time. There, it's saturated. Every time I get on Whatnot, I'm like, who's this person? Who's that person? Then there's 45 new people on Facebook that are new in our group. They're like, I'm starting a jewelry business. Come and follow me, la la. And I'll go follow them and stuff. And I'm like, it's the same old thing over and over again. So I kind of stick with my people that I follow, like my friend Tanya and my friend Luana. I bought a lot of jewelry from them and will continue to. And, you like who you like, and that's fine. And my friend Pola. And I kind of don't venture out of the little box too much. I don't find them buying things from me, though. That's not true. That's not true. Tanya, she bought some stuff from me. And the funny thing is, then I was in her show, and she put one of the sterling necklaces up that she had purchased, and I just laughed. And I was like, girl, you got to put that up more than what you paid for it. And she, sold it for what she bought it for, which was cute. It was real pretty. It was like a embossed repoussé pendant. I got real covetous about that one, too. I like round and oval shapes. This is high end though. I will never get rid of this. This is 18 karat gold and sterling. I can't remember, some fancy designer and diamonds. I don't remember. My husband got it for me. I don't remember. This is my white sapphire I just got. These are white sapphires. I had my little girls on there, my granddaughters, but I was like, you know, I like to switch it up. All right, so I've been on here way too long. Y'all are taking a nap. Wake up! Y'all are taking a nap. So that's it for me. I just wanted to come on and be doom and gloom and say, don't do it. It's a trap. It's actually a lot of fun. If you're willing to put in the work and you already have it and you've been gifted all this jewelry and you're like, what the flop do I do with this? Start an eBay channel. Market the heck out of it. Get on Instagram and start marketing your jewelry. Get on TikTok and go, look here at this. Look here at this cross bracelet. That's one thing I don't do. I market here on YouTube. I don't market on Instagram or TikTok. My TikTok and Instagram is, I'm a singer and I have a bunch of music actually that's just been picked up by like 10 playlists on Spotify. I'm super honored. It was 3 songs that they picked out, which one of them I knew would get picked up. 2 of them. The other one I was surprised. So I'm getting some traction. It's not going to make me $1 million. I don't think I'm Taylor Swift, but what it does tell me is the writing's good. I'm a poet. I love to write. I have been writing my whole life. Poetry is kind of how I process things. I've studied Dryden and Pope and Shakespeare, and Alfred Lord Tennyson is a favorite, and so Robert Frost, Elizabeth Barrett Browning, and poetry to me is just, Langston Hughes. It's just innate, and so it kind of comes out of me like, I started to say something gross. I don't know why. It's late. I don't know. I need to go to bed. So I'm going to go take all this goop off my face and put my skincare on and my tretinoin, and I'm going to go to bed because I just about let some stuff that wasn't good fly out of my mouth. So let's not do that, But like water through a sieve, let's just say that. Yeah, I write poetry a lot. So my music kind of gets in the way of Instagram and all that. But a friend of mine is like, you should put your jewelry. And I'm like, no, I got enough to do. I'm going through some rough stuff personally. And I'm not going to get into it because it's not about me. It's about someone who would not like me to do that. But it's serious. And it's going to change my life and our lives. So, yeah. But I hope you all are well. Stay away from... Don't eat the doo-doo lettuce, right? Don't eat the doo-doo lettuce. Be careful with the doo-doo lettuce. Oh my gosh, I haven't eaten a salad in a month. I'm not even kidding. I feel like every time you turn around, don't eat the avocado. Don't eat the jalapenos now. The jalapenos are infected. Something else was infected now. They've just come out, the CDC. The jalapenos are going to give you doo-doo. And they're going to give you a virus. And God knows what. I'm like, y'all need to quit. Listen, y'all need to quit it with that. Because down there in Mexico, they use human feces on the crops. And, they might use it on this crop, but not on the one for that's destined for this part of the world. But what do you think happens when it rains? Doodle lettuce, right? Because, I don't know. They must have cast iron stomachs. I'm Latino. I can eat hot stuff. I'm half Latino. I can eat hot stuff all day long. But I'll tell you what. I can't eat no doodle lettuce, so be careful with the doodle lettuce. All right, I'm getting punchy because I'm tired, and I hope you guys are doing really well, and I wish you well on your selling journey. And remember one thing, sterling can be magnetic. Don't let any dingus tell you it can't be semi-magnetic. Not fully on magnetic, like, oh, it's on there, but semi-magnetic. It absolutely can. Don't let them lie to you, all right? All right, listen, just remember, Jesus loves you. God loves you. Cry out to the Lord if you need him. He's always there.